Hey everyone, Carl, Track 13 News. Back again with the Beast. Going to show you a unique upgrade I did with the rear shocks. And remember to subscribe if you like my videos. Click the bell. You'll be notified for new ones. So this is what I've named the Beast. Okay. Part of the reason why is got just about every upgrade known to man on this. I think there's a couple of stock parts remaining, like this tower, a couple other things. But if you noticed, I've added some dual shocks on the rear in a unique way. And if you also watched my prior video, I replaced the turnbuckles with some Sen Racing thick turnbuckles. That happened, the adjustment hole on those turnbuckles happens to fit a 3mm screw right directly through. So I thought, hey, why don't I add some shocks onto these and see if I can get these to really work well. And I really think I've done it. So I'm going to go through some of the things I did to make it work right. And so come check it out. So here's kind of the design of what I did here. So the one thing that I did not want to do is to limit the downward travel, okay? And if you notice, so here's the turnbuckles, and these are Serpent shock extenders. I don't know if they've been discontinued or still around. These are Mugen GT shocks. They're shorter, they have a smoother, shallower compression, and then you've got your stock ARRMA version 2 shocks. And if you notice, when I come up, this range of motion right here does not engage that shock yet, okay? Which was purposeful so that I would get the kind of normal suspension in that lower range. But when it becomes deeply compressed, like on a jump, or when I weight this down with the 12S system, you know, I'm not concerned about it bottoming out, because it should bottom out at some point to release that energy that's going through when it's downwardly compressed. But I did want to get a little bit more shock response, especially at the bottom end, where with this type of angle, that compression, you get stiff real quick. So at the bottom, I should get good response with bumps, and then on deep jumps and when it's really stressed, it should compress real quick and keep the traction, keep it from flipping over, hopefully softening that landing. So full range of motion, and gets real good compression right there. Okay, so some of the challenges I had with this is minimizing this movement with the turnbuckle side to side, because obviously you're going to have some play there, and keeping it tight. So this 3mm screw goes through this tuning hole, and you're going to have some movement here, especially in the actual turnbuckle. So, you know, I had a bunch of washers, spacers, mixed and match. But the problem is, if you get them so snug, you're not going to have the smooth, quick reaction that you need. So basically I had to kind of mix and match washers, spacers, and I found a good combination. But it took quite a while to get the right combination to get this to work. But I mean, I really... like the way this works. So to give you an idea of really what I mean by kind of doing like a shimming, is that if you put a washer basically like right on top of that, it's not actually going to change the movement, right? So you need one that will fit essentially over that, but not be too thick like this one is, but to fill up that gap. And honestly, I used all the washers that I had to get these things to work. So, but the idea is to really fill up that gap to not allow that side to side movement without it sticking. So, I mean, another example is this. Now, sure, this fits over, right? But it doesn't fit within this circular groove here. So I have washers from all over the place, Home Depot, Lowe's, stuff that came with RC kits, ARRMA, all that. I mixed and matched and ended up having enough and figured it out. But that gives you an idea of the spacers that I kind of use to give me the right